Nothing like an early morning sprint. So I just hit the trail, right? And I saw a black and white cat, and it was like screwing around in the bushes. And I wasn't entirely sure what was going on, but then I seen something else move. So I ran up to it, so it ran away. It had a chipmunk. The chipmunk got away. I don't know how hurt it was. Saved a little chipmunk today. Well, kept it from being some cat's plaything, at least. Can't tell, I don't run much. It's not really my thing. Anyways. It's gonna be a relatively short episode, I think, maybe. I had 2 topics in mind. And one of them, I kept thinking about it, and then it would just like poof from my memory. So we're not talking about that one because I can't remember what it was. So we're going to talk about the other one. The other topic, I was thinking about dating sites, right? I'll talk about personal first. I never really got into them. Like, I joined 2, maybe, for a couple of weeks, maybe, just to see what it's all about, but it's useless. Like, unless things have changed, like this was years ago, but at least if things have changed, if you're a single white straight guy, yeah, it's not really for you, because it's just not. So, the problem is, if you wanted to get into a good dating site, you gotta pay money, right? In which, they're providing a service, connecting people with like attributes. I mean, they have a server, they probably have someone maintaining the server, and they just have like an algorithm they run to match people. So, yeah, I can understand somebody paying for that, but not me. Not my thing. So, anyways, from personal experience, right? There was nothing that really met my criteria, unless it was like somebody that was like, obviously a site model or something. Then it was, maybe close to what I'd be looking for. But, if you were a woman looking to get into the dating scene and you join a dating site, you probably have decent luck. If you're a guy looking for other guys, they have things for that too. What is it, Grindr, is it? But, you'd have decent luck. But when you're a single dude looking for, and I'm not even talking like, not looking for like a perfect model relationship with like a perfectly good looking chick. I'm talking just like an average guy looking for an average girl that could, meet up their metaphorical standards. Like, for me, if I joined a dating site today, I would be looking for somebody that's a bit outdoorsy, that's in relatively decent shape, and isn't, fake, or a site model, or a giant liar. If I was looking for somebody, I'd be looking for somebody that could like me for me, and like to do the things I do. Right? Common sense, right? You're not going to want to hook up with somebody that hates everything you do. Like, it's counterproductive unless you're looking for a bad relationship. So, and for me, whenever I did experiment with dating sites, and like I said before, like, it was never my thing. Like, I got into it to see what it was all about. If you haven't guessed a little bit about my personality, I don't want to say I'm shy. It's kind of like situational. Depending on what situation I'm in, kind of depends on how charismatic I am and how outgoing I am. Like, if you put me, the more formal the setting, the more hide in a corner I am. The more relaxed, like walking in the woods, the more me I am. So, you know, I always think of it as kind of like an accomplishment to find somebody that stands out enough to me that I would approach and talk to. And, you know, try to develop some sort of something. I always viewed that as kind of an accomplishment. Try to do it online. Not only is it exactly the opposite of what I stand for, hiding behind a screen to further your life, that's like the opposite of the kind of person I want to be. And meeting somebody that way just feels like cheating. Like, it feels like dating with training wheels. And I realize the way the world is, and the way people is, and the way society is, that dating with training wheels is almost necessary for people like me. But I'm not that kind of person, so it makes it a lot more difficult for me. But, you know, the biggest problem I had with dating sites was, here's the general advice I wanted to give. The whole reason I wanted to make this video. A lot of people that watch my channels are either older people that are more bored than I am, or younger people that are more bored than I am, or people that I met on like other video games or video sites. So I imagine they're relatively younger and could possibly be interested in something like dating sites. So I wanted to give like general rule of thumb kind of stuff, you know? If you're a girl and you can't hook up for XYZ reason, and you want to hook up on dating sites, you're going to have an okay shot. If you're, are you going to have an okay shot of finding a good person? Probably not, but you'll have an okay shot of finding something to branch out on. If you're a guy that's looking for other guys, and you join a dating site, there's a high chance that you'll find something to branch out on. Like I said, not saying any of it's going to be good. There's a lot of scumbags in the world, trust me. And that goes for men and women. My problem, what I want to instill upon my viewers is that if you're on a dating site and you're a single white guy of average looks, if you meet somebody that looks like they're way out of your league and looks like it's way too good to be true, I can tell you with like 90% certainty that it probably is. And here's what they do, right? You either have completely fake accounts that try to swindle money out of people, or you get accounts like catfishing, where it's like this overly attractive girl or this not attractive, lazy bum of a person, guy or girl, using a female's profile to, using like a site model profile to, you know, find people for money or the trick. Whether it even be something like honest, like, you know, I'm shy about my looks, and, you know, I didn't want to put my own picture on because I feel that more people would turn away right away without giving the chance of actually meeting me and knowing who I am. Even if it's innocent like that, to me it's still really scummy. But that's just my opinion. Another thing is, if you see a picture, if you're a guy like me, and you see a picture on the internet, and you're like, wow, wow, that girl is super attractive. What you got to realize is when somebody's, excuse me, there's a deer. There's 2 deer. More doe. There's 3 of them. Oh, don't do it. Oh, I thought it was going to run right at me. I do not want to, try to stop a deer. Like 200, look, you can see him right there. He's getting closer. And they're like 200 pounds of like pure muscle. I do not want that coming at me. Here comes a train. Oh no, here comes a train. That deer just ran down there. Don't do it. I would tell you life's worth living, but I'd be a liar. Just don't do it. Because I could eat you instead. Anyways. So, see, they got wire fences on both sides. And the deer can jump them. It's just, it worries me if I'm walking down here and see them. Because if they charge right at me, like, I'm not much of a competition for something that's 200 pounds that runs around all day and is all muscle. If it decided to charge through me, I would be likely to experience like broken ribs, and that's not something that's fun. Back to the topic at hand. You gotta realize if they take the picture themselves, you know what? I'll be back when this train's done. That deer came back around, the train must have scared it. The train's far enough away that hopefully it won't be too interfering. But, anyways, if they take the picture themselves, you gotta take into consideration that the person taking the picture is going to do, even if it's professional or whatever, and I don't blame anybody for it, but you get the best possible angle with the best possible lighting, accentuating the best possible features to, have the best possible picture. That's not all that bad, but that's like McDonald's, You see a commercial of this perfect cheeseburger, and, you start, your mouth starts to water, and you're like, man, I gotta get me one of those. And then you go and get it, and yeah, it might be great on the inside, but it is not what's being advertised. I don't know if that's a good analogy. I think about food a lot. Anyways, so you find this chick. This happened to me once. I actually met this girl on Facebook when I was out of town. And I talked to her for a while, and I can't say that I was attracted to her. I was never really super attracted to blondes. Like, I don't take that into consideration, but it's not something I seek after, usually. I always like darker hair colors. I don't know why, just personal preference. Anyways, so she was on my Facebook profile. We were talking for a little while. We decided to meet up. And she was presentable. She was pretty in her picture. But when she showed up, she had something wrong with her. Like, I'm not sure what it would have been. I never really researched it. But she had something that was physically wrong with her. And it was just a huge shock, because not so much that I thought she was ugly. It was just that, I was expecting something kind of chill and normal. And then, like, I barely recognized her when I seen her, and I was like, oh wow, that's you? So it's just one of those situations that makes everybody feel bad, because you're so shocked by the person you're meeting isn't the person that's actually there, that it's like, then they feel bad because they're self-conscious, or they think you think something, and then you feel bad because you think you're making them think something that you're not really trying to, like, it shows through. If you meet somebody and they're not what you expect, and it's pretty misleading what you think you're getting into. You know, unless you're an actor, you know, it kind of shows through. So, what I'm trying to say is, if you meet somebody on a dating site or on the internet, and you think it's too good to be true, it probably is. And there's a really high chance that if you meet this chick on the internet and you think, okay, this girl is perfect, she's a 10, you know, as far as physical attributes are concerned, as far as how good she looks, in my eyes, couldn't get much better. She's probably more like a 7. So it's not bad. I mean, it's not really bad. Like, people will probably think I'm a jerk just for talking about this like this, but, you know, it's true. It's true. If you mislead people like that, you should expect a reaction like that. Excuse me, sorry about that. It's really humid out today. Like, it's kind of chilly, but like the air's thick. It's like misty. But anyways, that's kind of what I want to try to impart knowledge upon you. If you're capable of finding somebody IRL and going about it that way, not only is it safer, it's more of an accomplishment. In which I guess it'd be more of an accomplishment to find a real, presentable candidate for a partner on the internet, to be honest. That's probably harder than finding somebody in real life. Because there's so many scams and so many like people selling a product that they don't have. Speaking of that, I've been commenting on different videos, and I've been getting like weird messages like from these so-called creators saying that talk to this guy for a financial thing, or message me on this site to get a free gift. It screams scam. Like, it screams scam, but I don't know, because it never happened to me before, so I don't think I'm going to pursue it, because one is a investment opportunity, and I don't really have money to invest, nor do I take risks like that, and the other one's some free gift from a fishing channel, and I don't really fish much anymore, so as cool as it would be, I don't think it's worth the risk for something I probably won't even ever use. But that's the video. I hope you guys could see the deer. They were purty. And, yeah, when I think of the other thing I was thinking about, we'll have another video. Okay, later on. Just think, if you muster up the courage and charisma to interact with somebody in real life, at the very least, bare minimum, what you see is what you get. At the very least. So just think about it that way. If you use internet sites, not only are you subjecting yourself to a scam, a possible lie, you don't really know what you're getting until the day comes. So, that's one way to look at it, I guess. I wanted to, I know I was going to go, but I had a brain thing. So, I want to talk about lying. So, here's the thing, right? I always say that I don't lie, in which, for a majority sake, I don't lie. I don't have much of a reason to, you know? Like, what are you going to do to me that hasn't already been done? And I don't do anything all that horrible to really lie about, so... So, I wanted to talk about lying, because it was a pretty big staple on why a couple of my relationships fell apart. And, the thing is, you know, I like to categorize people, because everybody technically lies. Like, it happens, you know. Sometimes unknowingly, sometimes intentionally, sometimes a good intention, sometimes for self-preservation. You know, it happens. But I like to classify people in kind of two groups. People that lie as a defense, well, I guess three groups. People that lie as a defense mechanism, people that lie because they're bad people, and people that put conscious effort to try not to lie. I fall in the third category. I try to put conscious effort into being as realistic and honest as humanly possible. That links up with the previous discussion. There's people out there that lie and cause drama just for the sake of lying and causing drama. There's people out there that lie and lie and lie about things that hold no weight, that have no difference, make no difference whatsoever. Thought I heard something. Actually, I'm sure I heard something. Oh well. Scariest thing out here is probably the deer, and I ain't too worried about that. That cat's coming back for revenge, man. Kept it from its meal. Alright, I hope I got my point across. I think I got my point across. At least it was something to talk about. I'm gonna go now. Just, I'm keeping this here whole train of thought of being like, just something to think about. Your interactions throughout the day, who you talk to on the internet, who you associate with, how people would be lying to you and manipulating you to get you to do things that maybe you wouldn't normally do, or things that would particularly benefit them, using things they know you want. It just, I guess that's the moral of the story. Something to think about.